Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is still Monday, April 22nd, 2024. I'm the Drunk Pokeroo. 'Tis beer time. See, McCall, the other day, we had a Pliny the Elder, courtesy of my new pal Scotty, who brought that for me up from London. And not only did he do that, he muled up some beers from Storm State, and he also got me a couple of other beers from Beerlab out in London. A lager and a West Coast IPA. You know, I can't thank him enough. That was a real beer saint moment, and I appreciate it, bottom of my heart. It's nice to share that kind of love of beer and share beers you love too, right? It's when you share a beer you love. We were talking about this. When you share a beer you're excited about with somebody, you want them to be as excited as you, right? And when you're sharing it with people who maybe don't appreciate the beer as much, you're kind of like, oh, great. So yes, I appreciate this, Scotty, from Beerlab. You have to say it with it because there's an exclamation point in the name. Beerlab. Sounds about right. 6.5%, which is the new 5%. Absolutely. West Coast IPA. I believe it was a Cascade and Citra with some Columbus. I think so. I try to remember these things when I read. I try to read things. I never learned to read. My favorite book is magazines. Anyways, let's get into this because, you know, we've been having a lot of West Coast IPAs this year. This is the year of the West Coast IPA. I'm calling it. Again, don't call it a comeback. It's been here for years, but we've seen, some exceptional brewers making West Coast IPAs. Right off the bat, you're getting that kind of nice citrusy, dank, piney notes. Oh yeah, I'm already feeling this one. That's beautiful. Let's get into it. Cheers. Classic. Think Lone Pine. If you're an Ontario craft beer drinker, this one leans more Lone Pine, which I love. So the funny thing is, these smaller brewers, Beerlab, Turd Moon, Counterpart, they do these West Coast IPAs and they create this incredible textured mouthfeel that just envelops everything, right? It brings this whole explosion of like, this is grapefruit, orange peel, dank, resinous pine, bitter, right? But it's got this little bit of note and honey in the back, right? And it coats your entire sensory perception is coated with this kind of West Coast IPA. This is a very good West Coast IPA. This would go into exceptional beer. So we mentioned it before. We had a new blog post today. I'll leave a link down below if you want to go read it, or maybe you already have. Thank you if you did. And I talk about the different levels of beer and how we need to start, demanding more, but also recognizing that there are exceptional beers. There are great beers which are not exceptional. They're great, but they're everyday great beers. There's good beers, and good beers are fine. There's mid beers. There's mid beers that just deliver, you drink them, forget about them. Meh beers are disappointing, but not terrible. And then there's bad beers, which, well, you'll never forget, because who forgets bad beer? You don't. Terrible beer, you'll forget. Great beer, you'll remember for the rest of your life. Terrible beer, you'll remember for the rest of your life, too. I can still taste that bad beer I had. Oh. You know what? I've had one beer that was absolutely the worst beer I've ever had, and I can still taste it in the back of my mind. But great beer, exceptional beer like this, certainly helps to fix that. Thank you very much, Scotty, for this. This is I wouldn't have got it otherwise. And honestly, I'm always okay with not being able to get everything. You can't with 350 plus brewers across Ontario. You're not going to get everything. You're not even going to get everything in your favorite style. It's not possible. I mean, I suppose it is, but who's got that money in that time? Anyways, I want to thank Scotty for sharing. I hope you guys have a great day. Back to work tomorrow. But today, I'm going to enjoy this sunshine a little bit before I make the chicken Caesar salad for dinner. And then watch the Leafs play tonight, because I'm a sucker for punishment. I love great beer, and I'm a sucker for punishment. Cheers. Thanks, Scotty. Absolutely exceptional again. Beerlab! Never disappoints.